What if I told you one late night call could flip our spacing, our crunch time playbook, and the entire Western Conference pecking order without touching a single practice today? What if the answer to our fourth quarter droughts wasn't a blockbuster guard or a brand new system, but a 7-footer who shoots like a guard and sprints like a wing? And what if the words, "It's happening," started bouncing around group chats so fast that coaches quietly reprinted the play sheets this morning? You feel that charge, right? That little static in the air that says a chessboard just moved even if the pieces still look the same. That's not panic. That's urgency. That's the vibe inside a team room when a real domino might be tipping. And the film you studied yesterday needs a second look in 5 out. Here's my promise to you. Lakers family, I'm not dropping a headline and running. I'm laying out the why, the fit, the rotation dominoes, the money math in plain English, the risk, the timeline, and the emotional truth of what this would mean for a locker room with title standards. No fluff, real basketball, real cap notes. Then we separate smoke from fire and call it like it is. Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, the spot where we break it down like it's a huddle, fast, clear, and straight. If you live for late clock at TOs, if you know the difference between Spain pick and roll and Chicago action, hit subscribe and tap the bell. We talk the game the way LA plays it, loud when it needs to be, calm when it counts. Let's set the stage. The Lakers' identity, no matter who headlines, is built on pressure at the rim, star gravity, and enough shooting to punish help. When we've fallen short, it's usually because teams pack the paint and dare our role players to win 3 possessions in a row from deep. You fix that 2 ways. You either crank your pace to steal 8 extra points, or you hire a walking matchup who bends coverage with 0 dribbles. That second option? That's where this conversation starts to get real. Picture it, a 7-footer who drags the opposing 5 away from the rim without needing the ball for 10 beats. Pick and pop turns into pick and pop and cut, because once the big steps up, the lane is a runway. Elbow handoffs become a panic switch for the defense because go under is suicide and switch invites a seal. A shooter that size changes the math. Suddenly, your best 2 players get cleaner air on both sides of the floor. Now zoom in on the details coaches love. Horn sets with double high posts. Run a ghost screen, slip him to the arc. Watch the low man panic. Spain PNR? Have him occupy the tag defender and turn the back screen into an open highway. Staggered screens? He screens then fades to the slot, and you don't have to be perfect to get a great look. It's not just aesthetics, it's a safer offense when the playoffs shrink your world. And for the big picture folks, cap sheet, ASSETS timing. Moves like this usually ask 2 questions. Can you afford the player beyond the next sunrise? And can you keep enough depth to survive the grind? The new CBA punishes careless stacking, so front offices need surgical precision, salary matching that doesn't gut your rotation, picks that don't lock your future in a basement, and role players who still fit when the lights get harsh. The math has to make basketball sense, not just headline sense. We've danced around it long enough, so let's talk like adults about the thing you clicked for. You've seen the words. You've gotten the text. You've heard the "it's done" whispers. You want the sentence everyone's throwing around, and you want it clean, not cute. Here it is. The buzz right now says the Lakers have confirmed Lauri Markkanen. That's the exact phrasing lighting up timelines confirmed. And that, my friends, is why we're doing this video right now. Because whether that word is smoke or signal, the implications are massive. And the fit is too logical not to map out. First, let's breathe and be responsible. Is there a front office graphic, a jersey photo, a formal team announcement that nails this to the wall? As we talk, there's no official release you can frame. What we do have is serious noise loud enough to yank attention, specific enough to outline real pathways, and hot enough to make coaches prep counters. That's why we break it down today. Because the idea of Lauri in purple and gold is a basketball earthquake. Confirmed or not. So let's do the basketball first. Offensively, Laurie is plug-and-play with star gravity. You can run him as a stretch 5 and 5 out, as a stretch 4 next to a rim-protecting 5, or as the pop guy in empty corner actions that punish late tags. He doesn't need 15 dribbles to threaten. 2 strides and a gather, and he's already a problem. That means your primary creator's reads get simpler. If the big helps at the level, it's a skip. If the big hangs, it's a pocket pass. If the weak corner stunts, it's an easy extra. Simple reads win playoff series. Defensively, the question people throw is, can he hold up? Here's the nuance. He's not a switch-everything stopper, but he's long. He moves better than he's credited for. And most importantly, he lets you live in your best coverage. Against bully ball 5s, you stick your bruiser on the post and let Laurie handle the stretch. Or you flip it and use his length to bother face-up bigs while your anchor protects the rim. With length at the 4, you close windows earlier, which is worth more than a single chase-down block. Lineups? They get fun. Big with Laurie at the 4 gives you a skyscraper front line that eats the glass and erases the paint, while still spacing the floor. Small with Laurie at the 5 gives you 5 outflow, Spain into re-screen, pistol into empty side, and a whole lot of corner 3s you didn't have to beg for. Stagger him so one star always has a knockdown partner. That's the quiet superpower of a real shooter at size your second unit stops gasping for life. Let's talk late game. The league knows our stars love getting downhill. With Laurie on the weak side, you can't load 2 feet in the paint without surrendering a wide-open above-the-break 3 to a 40% threat. That turns the help defender into a bystander. And in a TOs, you can draw up a simple misdirection. Fake the flare, slip the screen, zip the pass bang. Coaches dream about this exact lever because it travels in May. Now, the money. This is where casual conversations go to die if you're sloppy. To make a move like this, you need salary that stacks but doesn't gut your identity, and picks that don't handcuff your window. It's not about just due. It's about threading the needle so year 1 is elite and years 2 and 3 are still breathable. The new apron rules punish stacking mistakes. A smart front office maps the next 3 summers before it presses send. What about the human element? Laurie's personality fits quiet superstar energy. Doesn't need oxygen, doesn't chase headlines, plays to the rhythm of the team. That matters in a room with big auras. A low-maintenance 20-plus PPG guy with legit spacing is the rarest commodity in basketball. He raises your ceiling without spiking your noise. There are downsides, and we're adults, let's say them out loud. If he's hurt, you have to survive with Plan B spacing. If teams switch and top lock him, you need counters that get him the ball on the move. If the whistle gets tight in the playoffs, can he punish switches on the block enough to force help? You win in the margins. Every elite team forces you to solve a new puzzle in round 2 and 3. You don't buy a title. You build answers. Coaching piece. This staff has already shown comfort toggling between bully ball and spread. Add Laurie and you simplify the toggles. Your early offense becomes automatic. Trail 3 if the defense is. Asleep, drag screen into pop if the big is late, and a quick duck-in backside if they overlift. That's 1 possession, 3 threats, 0 drama. Let's hit the West landscape because fit is also about enemies. Against switch-heavy teams, Laurie's pop makes switching expensive, and your guards can attack a long closeout instead of a set wall. Against drop teams, you don't need to be perfect, just turn the corner and hit the pop on time. Against hybrid coverages that pre-rotate, you get the clean cross-court skip. The series becomes a passing exam instead of a wrestling match. I'll take that any week. Okay, zoom back to the noise level. People around the league use words like traction, framework, and yeah, confirmed. We're not a team account, so we're not stamping it as law. We're telling you the conversation is loud enough to matter, and the basketball case is strong enough to be worth your heartbeats. That's why you came here, not just to hear it, but to understand it. Let's talk rotation reality if it happened. Star minutes with Laurie staggered, so one elite spacer is always on the floor. Reeves keeps his usage clean, fewer forced shots, more rhythm jumpers. Row wings see friendlier windows, pump, 2 dribbles, pull up from 15 without a body attached. And the bench bigs? Their job gets simpler. Screen harder, roll faster. Feast on the help Laurie drags to himself. What about crunch time defense? Real question? You protect Laurie by planning the matchups early. Put your strongest post defender on the one bully who wants to block and let Laurie choke off pick-and-pop threats. End of game. You can go offense-defense subs if you have the timeouts. But the bigger truth is this. When your offense is cleaner, your defense starts in better positions. Fewer lead ball turnovers. Fewer long rebounds in the 3-on-2 South. Modern defense starts with smart offense. Fans always ask about the intangibles. Here's one. Pace in the season. With Laurie, the usage load spreads, which quietly reduces the number of 38-minute nights for your top guys in February. That preserves legs for May. Load management isn't just DMPs. It's lowering the cost of every possession without lowering your standards. A shooter at size is a tax break for your stars. Let's be honest about trade tables. Negotiations like this are poker, not checkers. There are pick protections, swap rights, matching salaries, and small pieces that make coaches either grin or groan. Nobody gets everything. The goal is to leave the room better than you entered. Net shooting, net length, net IQ. If you come out thinner at one slot, you fix it on the margins later with B-outs or camp battles. That's how real contenders cook. So where do we stand right this second? We stand in the middle of a rumor that's loud enough to plan for and too loud to ignore. We stand in a place where the word confirmed is getting thrown around like confetti, and the responsible thing is to separate emotion from execution. Basketball fit, yes. Text on letterhead, not yet. That's the clean line. Now I'm tossing it to you. If this went through tomorrow, how would you open the first 2 games? Would you go 5 out early to test coverages? Or pound the paint to draw 2 and spray? Which closing 5 are you rolling? With against switch everything, do you want pure spacing or a little extra rim protection? Tell me in the comments. Give me your opening script. Give me your crunch time read. My personal opinion. The basketball fit is too perfect to ignore. Laurie turns our offense into a simpler, more brutal machine without a personality tax. And the defense can be organized to cover the few weak spots. But until a team account hits post, this lives in the world of strong smoke and smart speculation. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm drawing plays in my head, but I'm calling what it is. Not official. Still a rumor. Still a possibility. Stay sharp. Stay sane, and stay subscribed. Before we wrap, I want your take. If the price tag pinches depth for a season, do you still do it because elite spacing at size is that rare? Or do you hold and hunt a cheaper floor spacer later? Drop your build in the comments. Rotations, minutes, who starts, who closes. Let's put our names on it like coaches do.